Where does Son rank in terms of Premier League greats, or is he a Premier League legend? You know, where does he fit in, do you think, in terms of his legacy in the Prem?
These ones are weird, aren't they? Because he hasn't won one. You know, got to get that out of the way. But when you actually compare his statistics and the era that he was playing with, maybe you could compare him stylistically to a Sadio Mane or a Mo Salah. Like, the goals he was putting up were rather in those sort of players. But because he hasn't got that trophy in his cabinet, I mean, you know, he's one of the top appearance makers for Spurs in the Premier League, goal scorers as well, you know, on the all-time chart behind the likes of Harry Kane. I mean, a lot of Spurs fans will say that, I think my argument would be Son is the bigger Spurs legend, but if you're looking at the better player, you'd have to argue Harry Kane, just for the numbers and the sheer volume.
You'd say Son is a bigger Spurs legend than Harry Kane?
I think for showing that loyalty, taking the armband. We've got to remember, Harry Kane was not a Spurs captain either. He was like a vice-captain. It was Lloris for most of his tenure. You know, we had the heartbreak of the Champions League. But last year, that moment when seeing Son lift that trophy will forever live with me. And the fact that he stuck around through Conte, Mourinho, all these managers we went through, Nuno, the loyalty was rewarded in the end, and you have to say, nice one, Sonny.
Yeah, well, you do, yeah. I mean, that's a big claim, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a massive claim.
That Son's a bigger Spurs legend than Harry Kane. Do you think that you're putting your neck on the line there as a Spurs fan, or do you think most people would agree with you?
The thing is, Kane didn't leave in, like, you know, it weren't controversial, that move. We understood it, and also, I don't think a lot of us were expecting to. I thought I'd never see a trophy win again after the Carling Cup in 2008 or whenever it was.
Neither did anyone else, mate, to be honest.
So, like, the fact that we ended up doing that, I think that there is a bit of, you know, emotion when it comes from that, and I just feel like the loyalty that he showed us in the end was worth it. And I think, you know, Harry Kane, there's still a bit of his, you know, story left unopened. Will he come back to the Premier League? Does he want to, you know, as you know, Alan Shearer's record is still there to be beaten. Would he come back to us? Because to me, Kane's going to be like a Ronaldo. I can see him playing into his 40s. So there is maybe that opportunity if Kane could come back. But yeah, I just feel like the magic that Son had and the moments that when I watched him do stuff on the pitch was just mesmerising.